It's homecoming night on the REV game of the week. Tonight we are at Dutchtown, and it's homecoming for the Griffins as they get ready to take on the Collegiate Baton Rouge Dolphins. I'm Jeff Porsche, and Jonathan Moore is with me, and we'll take a break, and we'll get to the pregame and the starting lineups. You're watching the REV game of the week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
give us a call.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
B.T. Chapman and A.J. Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins!
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
Welcome to Griffin Field in Geismar for Dutchtown High School's homecoming, Dutchtown versus Collegiate Baton Rouge. I'm Jeff Porsche, and I'm joined by Jonathan Moore. And you see down there, the Dutchtown Griffins are getting ready to come out, so we will show you that as that happens. But as we said, this is homecoming. They're 1-1 on the season. They're taking on Collegiate from Baton Rouge, who are 0-2, and here come the Griffins. So Dutchtown hoping for similar to success from last year as they beat Collegiate Baton Rouge in their homecoming game last season. Now, when we look at the coaches, actually Collegiate, they have a brand new head coach. Their coach is Al Weathersby. He's in his first season, and as we said, he's 0-2 on the season. But as far as on the Dutchtown side, as you see, Collegiate, there's Al Weathersby over there, and his Collegiate Dolphins. They're led by, our Dutchtown is led by Guy Mastretta, but we're going to have the prayer and the national anthem before we talk about him.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have you remain standing, we will now have our invocation. Tonight, our invocation is brought to you by Mr. Thomas Blakovich. He is a senior here at Dutchtown, a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, cross country, and track.
We bow your heads for prayer, please. Lord, in Scripture you say you have a plan for each of us here today. A plan to prosper us and not to harm us. A plan for hope and have a better future. So God, we come to you tonight, and thanks for the work you've done throughout our lives, God. We come to you tonight asking for the safety of every player, for the safety of everyone on and off the field, that you would allow those playing tonight to have confidence in all that they do. May they be steadfast and enduring. I pray that tonight we would all honor you in the highs and the lows. May it all be for your glory. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
And so now I think we're ready to get ready for the captains and the coin toss. But we were talking about Dutchtown, and they're coached by Guy Mastretta. He is in his 9th year, 58-30 overall, and his entire high school career he's won 74 and 71 overall. So a very successful head coach with state championships elsewhere. There's Guy Mastretta right there. So now, Jonathan, I know you've been waiting to say something out here, so why don't you tell us a little bit about Coach Mastretta that you know about?
So thanks, Jeff. I'm happy to be here. It's a great night for football, and Coach Mastretta, he took over a Dutchtown team that has always got some talent. That's the thing about Dutchtown. There is always talent with this school, and they almost always play well, they play disciplined, but they're always looking, how can we finally take that next step? If you ask anybody at the school in Ascension Parish that's most likely to go, what's the team that's most likely to go to the Dome? Dutchtown is always the one that gets brought up. And now with Prairieville coming, will they take away, siphon some athletes from them? Probably a little bit. But just year after year, Dutchtown is always in the talk. They're going to win district. They're the most likely to make a run in the playoffs. And we're just waiting for that to finally happen. And Coach Schroeder's ninth year, is this the year that we finally get to see that?
Well, we will find out. You see the captains there at midfield, and we're going to have the coin toss. But while we wait for that, and we'll tell you what happens here, let's talk about all-time, the records. And this is only the second meeting all-time, as last season Dutchtown won homecoming by a score of 62-0. And it was not a very competitive game, and Dutchtown expects to get a victory here tonight as well, as Dutchtown is definitely the favored team, and the team that has more players, more talent, and all that type of stuff. But it's going to be a fun game regardless, and we're going to have our homecoming queen crowned at halftime, as you see what's going on there. And they're talking about everything and getting ready. And the captains 0, 1, 62, and 85. That's Jordan Odom, Marcelo Rizzuto. Also number 62, England Phillips, and Zach Dotter, number 85. And last week, Dutchtown got on the winning track. They won 44-13 that you just saw. Abramson from New Orleans beat Collegiate last week 40-0. And so we are just about ready for our opening kickoff. It's homecoming night, like I said, and there's been a lot of success for Dutchtown on homecoming night. Overall, all time, they are 18-5. Last season, we talked about the 62-0 victory. Dutchtown has 9 straight homecoming wins. Under Guy Mastretta, they always like to schedule a team that they feel comfortable that they can beat, and that's what they've done here with Collegiate Baton Rouge. And 8 of their last 9 homecoming games they've won by shutout. And there's a possibility that there's going to be a similar result here tonight. Yeah. Collegiate's going to play their hardest, and they brought their team out here, and we expect to see them put their best effort in, but they're going to have a tough time tonight, most probably.
Yeah, they really will. But the thing is, they're a young school. I mean, they just began as a school in 2017-18, and they just opened up their school to 9th through 12th grade in 2020. And we all know what happened in 2020. Tell me that doesn't set your school back a little bit whenever you open up in that year. And when you look at their record just over the past 4 years, they've only won 1 game that wasn't a forfeit. And so they're trying to put together a roster. They're trying to get athletes, but that's tough. I mean, ask any school. I mean, I work at a place that has a school that has gone through that for years of building a program. We've been around for 13 years, 14 years as a high school. And so to only be in year 4 or 5 and playing a 5A school, they're just trying to put their best foot forward and say, how can we grow as a program? What's it going to take? And tonight we're going to see them compete. We're going to see them try hard, and this is where you kind of find those guys, hey, who wants to grow?
And they will kick off from left to right there in the white jerseys. Handling the kickoff duties is number 71, Chris Harris. He's a sophomore. And it's a short kick, and it's going to be taken by an up back at the 35. And he gets close to midfield. Number 13 on the return, Gavin Sansbury. On offense for Dutchtown, they're going to be led by Owen Fletcher, number 8. And then in the backfield, we're going to see Carter Hedden, number 7, Mackay Hill, number 6. We'll also see some other guys most probably here tonight. Receivers, Caden Messina and Martell Rogers. Tight end, Zach Dotter. Offensive line, Duncan McLeod, Andrew Kidd, England Phillips, Braylon Million, and Brant Lavin. And so it looks like they're going to assess a penalty here. And the ball will be on Collegiate side of the field to start the game. So great field position for the Griffins.
And starting out in an empty set, and Dutchtown looking to either get the quarterback isolated or just air the ball out.
They do like to put the quarterback in space and see what they can do. Owen Fletcher has done a good job. He did a great job last week in their win. And you get that quick screen initially, and that's going to go to Walker Weiss, Derek Walker Weiss, for about 5 yards. And did you see something there?
Yeah, that's not a good sign. They left. You look at the top of the screen. They actually left the receiver uncovered.
Oh.
The man who was covering him in that gap ran into the line to stack the line, and it was 2-on-1 with the cornerback having 2 guys in front of him, and that's not a good way to start the game.
No, I think they've got that corrected now, and that's Martell Rogers. He's their deep threat, and they ran a post and got a touchdown earlier in the game that we covered against Madison Prep. There's a timeout, and I believe that Collegiate's going to try to kind of sort that out, and we will keep it here. And what we can do right now is talk about last season and the records for these two teams. And you talked about last season you had a win on the collegiate side, and that was a win against, I believe, U-High, but that was a forfeit victory. And so they were 1-8 last season. Dutchtown was 8-2, and they had a share of the district title in 5A. They split with Santamon that title and wound up making the playoffs, and they lost in the first round to Walker. And so right now it's going to be second down and, let's say, 6. Ball at the 44. And now they're going deep, and they're looking for Rogers, and he's got it, and he's going to score. And that, what did I say, that post route right there, Martell Rogers, that's how he beat the coverage against Madison Prep, and he beat the coverage on the second play of the game against Collegiate.
The coach has actually called a great coverage right there. The safety was over the top. He played it exactly right as far as where the coach has told him. Just mistimed the ball. It was a great pass and throw, but just mistimed the jump right there and able to get behind him and get the score. And, you can tell the coach, Collegiate's coach is not happy right now, but you got to put that in the back of your head and come back out and get ready to play on the next series. And so now we get to see what they want to do on offense, where last year they struggled. This year they struggled.
And the extra point right there from Oakley Rutschen. It's 7-0, and we'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program. Advantage Physical Therapy, Tata Law Firm, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Cypress Physical Therapy.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. 7-0. 44-yard pass to Martell Rogers from the quarterback Owen Fletcher. And you were talking about during the break, the coach was frustrated. As you see the replay right there, the coach got really frustrated on the opposite side.
Yeah, it really was a good play call as far as coverage. They had a safety over the top. He was his goal, the cornerback's goal is to play underneath and let the safety play over the top, and he did that, and the safety just mistimed his jump, and the coach was upset because he knew where he was supposed to be, and the safety just looked like he gave up on the play, so was not happy with that effort.
And Rutschen, who had the extra point, handled the kickoff duties, and it's going to be a touchback, and so we'll see what Collegiate Prep can do on offense as Dutchtown got their opening touchdown 45 seconds into the opening quarter on their second play from scrimmage. Now we'll see if the Dolphins can have a little bit more success, as you see their huddle right there to the left, and we'll give you the defensive starters after the play on first down. Now they have a big quarterback. His name is Trimarcus Thomas. He's a freshman, but he's got a big body for sure.
Yeah, 5'7", 155. When he's a senior, that's going to be a big boy.
Yep, and I got a handoff up the middle and gets a couple of yards. And on second down, we will take a look at the defensive starters for the Dutchtown Griffins. You got the front four, Jake Monson, A.J. Price, and Drew Price at the tackles, Carter Rentz at defensive end. Then you have Champ Edmonds, Braden Robichaux, Camden Hanbury at linebackers, Braden Dunn and Jace Melanson at cornerbacks, and at safety you got Jordan Odom and Marcelo Rizzuto. And so a good gain of 3 on first down, and so that's what Collegiate needs to do, positive yardage, and see if they can move the chains.
And when you're playing a school that's so much bigger than you, that can put so many bodies, you really just have to focus on getting positives every play. You cannot go backwards.
And they're going to call a timeout, so it's not a false start or anything like that. And so if you got 3 timeouts, you might as well use them, right? And so they're going to call a timeout right here, and that will allow us to talk about the 2 districts that these 2 teams play in. Dutchtown plays in District 5A, and they're going to begin district play next week because it's a big district. You got Denham Springs, Dutchtown, East Ascension, Live Oak, Prairieville, Santa Maria, and Walker. That's the schools in alphabetical order. That's the Livingston Ascension District. Now, we've seen some of these teams in 6-3A. This is like the 3rd week in a row that I've seen a team from 6-3A. We saw Parkview last week against Prairieville. Week 1, I saw Madison Prep against Dutchtown, but then you saw the other teams right there. And, of course, U-High is probably the big dog in that district along with Madison Prep. 2nd down, quarterback keeper, and he's going to be taken down by a couple of Griffins, but gets a couple of yards before he's taken down by number 34, Carter Hanberry, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, when you look at this district, I mean, this is a newer school, and their district is doing them no favors. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to talk about a district to death, this is like the district that Dutchtown played in 15 years ago. It was Hanville, Destrehan, Dutchtown, EA. This is that district. There are some great teams that they have to go up against every year.
Yeah, you have some really good teams, then you have some teams that aren't as successful.
Mm-hmm.
And the good teams are really dominant. 3rd down and 5, pressure, sacked. And that looked like, I believe, number 97. Let's take a look and see who gets up, or maybe we can see the replay if we have it. No replay on that play. I think that was number 87 with the sack, and that would be Brooks Bumstead. And so that's going to be 4th down and 10, and so a punting situation for the Dolphins.
Yeah, Dutchtown they just went straight man, loaded the line, said we're going with a 0 blitz, man on man. If you beat one of our guys on the outside, and it looked like there was almost a quarterback designed run, but Dutchtown just able to overwhelm them and get them in the backfield.
And now punt. And for the smaller teams that are still trying to put together a program, sometimes special teams is something that causes problems. So we'll see if they can get this punt off. And it looks like there's some confusion. They've already used 2 timeouts. They might use another one right here. And they do. It's a delay of game. So they can't use their 3rd timeout 3 minutes into the game. So it's going to push them back 5 yards.
Yeah, they had special teams wasn't quite ready, but this is really where the confusion happens because we know that they had some players who were unable to play tonight. Mm-hmm. So you're having to insert new bodies. So you have people on special teams. That's really where that happens because a lot of these people probably never played it before.
And that's going to be a punt, and it goes off of the body of a Dutchtown Griffin. Did they recover it?
Yeah, I think from what I saw, it was a little pooch punt.
Yeah.
And it hit a Dutchtown player, and number 2 came up with it.
It may have been partially blocked, too. And so, yeah, it looks like he did come up with that, and that would be Brumfield. So good heads-up play, and now the ball is going to be at the 18-yard line. That's a place where you love to start after a punt. And so Dutchtown has a chance to open this game up early, very quickly, with 8:45 left to go in the first. And so, let's see. I think we got a new quarterback in the game, and that's Clay Walker-Weiss. And he's going to throw quickly, slant inside, and it's going to be 1st and goal at the 1, and that's Walker-Weiss to Walker-Weiss. So Clay Walker-Weiss completes the slant to Derek Walker-Weiss, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Griffins.
So just a good pass and catch right there. Gets them a 1st down the 1. Looks like they're going no huddle. Just try to punch it in straight up the middle for a touchdown.
Hedden is the one back in the backfield, Dotter at tight end. And Hedden will score untouched. And that extends the score to 13-0. So 4 offensive plays for the Dutchtown Griffins, 2 touchdowns. And that one was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Just went off that left tackle, and nobody was there on the coverage.
So, I mean, to put it in perspective for people that are listening, this is the equivalent to LSU playing an FCS school.
Yeah.
This is playing a Southeastern. This is playing a Nickel State. And collegiate, they're trying, they're building, but
but Dutchtown has a 14-0 lead after the extra point by Rutson. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program. Cypress Roofing, SCC Heating and Cooling, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Hollis Orthodontics.
Dutchtown scores again, a two-play 18-yard drive capped off by the 2-yard touchdown run by Carter Hedden. Dutchtown leads Collegiate Prep 14-0, and Rutson will kick for the Griffins. He might be the busiest man here tonight, and he is going to get it to the 2, and it will bounce safely into the end zone, and we have another touchback. And so now it's 14-0, and you move the ball a little bit on offense, and that was probably the best positive that you can say so far here tonight. You had a 3rd and 5, so you were able to move the ball a little bit. So what do you do now that you're trailing 14-0 though?
I mean, the first thing you have to do, you have to keep the clock moving. You have to keep. You can't try to air it out against a team like this. You have a freshman quarterback. You have to try and put him in a place where he can succeed, which means getting the ball on the ground, put 3-4 blockers in front of him or in front of the line, in front of the running back. But you have to try and move the football and keep that clock moving.
Well, when they keep the ball on the ground, that'll keep that clock moving, but that play went nowhere as the big middle of the defensive line for the Griffins basically swallows up the running back, and so it's going to be a 3-yard loss, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 13. Hard to tell who carried the ball right there, and a whole host of tacklers for the Griffins.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at, we're looking at Collegiate BR's roster right now, most of that line is comprised of freshmen and sophomores with a 1 junior on it. And as I said, they had a few players that were not able to make the trip today, and from what we understand, they were starters.
Yeah.
And you're now, as a coach, having to throw these young players in, and that's rough.
And the ball's on the ground. Dutchtown has recovered, and they're going to get the ball in the red zone one more time, and they're going to say it's a touchdown as they're able to pick it up off the ground. And so the touchdown goes to the Griffins, and it's 20-0, just like that. I thought maybe he had gotten it on the ground and just stayed there, just picked it up to kind of celebrate in the end zone. But as we see on the replay, no, it's definitely recovered, and number 25 for the Griffins gets the easy touchdown. So touchdown for defensive end Jake Monson. Congratulations to Jake on his, I'm presuming, first touchdown of his high school career from that defensive end spot.
Yeah, it was a good play right there. They were just fighting for the ball, and it just kind of scored it out of the pile, and he was right there to pick it up and run it in, and that's a good homecoming memory right there.
Yep, 21-0, and we will take another break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Welcome back, and it's 21-0 now as, again, the most busiest player here tonight, Oakley Rutson, will have the honors. So he's about to make his 6th kick of the night, 3 kickoffs and 3 extra points, and Collegiate's going to be in a hole again as he loses the ball again. And it is a touchdown for the Griffins. My goodness. Carter Hanberry.
Yeah, I mean, just once again, putting players, you're a coach who's having to put players back there who might have only done this in practice a couple times.
And I want to correct this mistake right now. I just said it was Carter Hanberry. He's at Southeast. He's going to be playing in Tiger Stadium tomorrow night. That's his younger brother, Camden. Camden Hanberry with the touchdown. Apologies to Camden. And we saw Carter Hanberry score a truckload of touchdowns for the Griffins on offense and defense. And now it's 27-0 as we have played 4 minutes and 55 seconds. And guess who gets to stay on the field? Oakley Rutson for the extra point.
Yeah, tonight's the night where Dutchtown's going to find out if they have a backup kicker that is.
Perhaps. He's going to get tired.
Mm-hmm.
We have a whistle and a defensive offsides. So I think that they're going to have to kick it again because I think it may have been a dead ball foul.
We have an injury.
We have an injury, too. So while we tend to that, let's keep it here for a moment, and we can talk about some stuff because it's obviously homecoming night, and we can talk about what's going to go on here in a little while because at halftime you're going to see the Dutchtown Sound out there, and they're going to have the presentation of the homecoming court, and they're going to crown the queen at halftime. And you see the girls right there, Chloe Carr, Deanne Melanson, Olivia Henderson, and Vivian Caton. So those are 4 of the girls that are going to be presented on the court. And at halftime, we have a couple of other pictures that we're going to share as well. As you see, Carmi Burnett, Claire Campagna, Amani Steib, Catherine Book, Hannah Hernandez, and then we got one more set. Sophia McGee, Jillian Ogeron, Lily Vadrine, Lexi Broussard, and Olivia Setital. One of these girls will be crowned homecoming queen, and one of the things that I get to do, because I wind up doing most of the homecoming games, I will be interviewing one of these girls after halftime going into the third quarter, and so I think they're going to have a lot of positive things to talk about because they will have just been crowned homecoming queen, and it looks like Dutchtown is on their way to a victory as well. As number 15, it looks like, was injured, and we wish him well and hope he gets hope he's able to manage and to come back into this game a little bit later. But at halftime, we're going to see the queen crowned, and we should have an interview with Joy Cascio from. Well, actually, her name is Joy Neer now because she recently got married. So Joy Neer will come out here and talk to us about the homecoming week activities at Dutchtown, and then we'll get the interview. So you may miss a lot of the third quarter because right now it looks like we may have a running clock in the third quarter, and so we'll have the interview and the interview after that, but we'll see what happens.
And that's okay because it's homecoming, man. I mean, you always you want to make the homecoming festivities fun. You want that. You win it. If you get a chance to be in interviews, you want to do that. You always want to make it special for the students. I mean, you spend 12 years looking at the homecoming court, especially if you're in Ascension Parish or if you go to seeing all of it as you grow up, and you want that moment. So I'm excited for them, and it's an exciting night. And
he misses the extra point. The snap was a little high, and it's only 27-0. We'll take a break and come back in a moment. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program. Advantage Physical Therapy, Tata Law Firm, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Cypress Physical Therapy.
We're back, and it's 27-0. Dutchtown with the lead, as we have 2 offensive touchdowns, we have a defensive touchdown, and we have a special teams touchdown, and we are almost 5 minutes into this game. And now we'll have the kicker, Rutson,
And tried a pooch kick.
Yep, and Dutchtown recovers. At the 16-yard line, recovered by number 10 for the Griffins, Braden Dunn. And so Griffins will have the ball. And you see right there the recovery. I want to bring up one thing because we're about a minute away from the hydration break. And I wanted to bring up that stay tuned because one of our Dutchtown High School interns, Elise Savoie, will go down on the field, and we will try to get some members of the homecoming court on camera before they have to go and do their stuff. So that'll be fun to watch. Now, we talked about this. We'll talk about it again after this play. It's just going to be a tough night for Collegiate for a lot of reasons, and they're going to try to hold on here and get something going, but we have a timeout called again. So Collegiate's out of timeouts. And so let's talk about what you saw there because I had to jump in and talk about the what we were going to do in about a minute. But talk about what you saw in that kickoff right there, Jonathan.
So, I mean, Dutchtown, their coach is trying to help them out a little bit with, hey, we're going to do a pooch kick. We're just going to try and get you an easy recovery because it is difficult when you kick a ball 60 yards in the air, especially, like we said, they've got new players back there fielding the kick. Try to get them a little pooch kick, and, they weren't trying to do an onside recovery or anything. It's just you got to know that you just have to fall on the ball in that situation. If you that football, that's a little oblong shank ball, that thing is going to do crazy things. You just need to fall on it. Don't try to pick it up and run. Just lay down, let your offense have it, and he didn't do that. Dutchtown was able to run down there. They fell on it, and now it's 1st and 10 Dutchtown. But, I mean, we've seen it every single kickoff and punt. They've had a player running on the field late because, once again, they're trying to get these new players into position.
Yep. Here's a handoff. Cutting outside is Hill, and he is going to score. And that's Mackay Hill, senior running back, and Dutchtown on the board again. It's 33-0. With 6:47 left to go in the first quarter. Just an impressive performance by Dutchtown. And I talked to Guy Mastretta about this game, and he knew that this was going to be one of those games that was not going to be super competitive. And I think what we're going to see very soon, I'll talk about this as the quarter goes on, we're probably not going to see the starters very much longer. And we'll talk about why that is in just a moment. I don't think we're going to see much more of Owen Fletcher for sure.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, they has the extra points up there.
Yep. And so I'll talk about that some more, and you can add in a minute, but we'll take another break because we got another touchdown. It's 34-0. 5 minutes and 13 seconds in. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program. Cypress Roofing, SCC Heating and Cooling, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Hollis Orthodontics.
Welcome back in another Dutchtown touchdown as Mackay Hill, the senior running back, scores on homecoming night, and we've talked about that a couple of times. This is going to be something that they will always be able to remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. You always want homecoming to be a night that's, you remember the game, you remember the fun. I mean, it's, as you're a player, not only are the starters going to play, we're going to get to see a lot of the other JV. We're going to get to see a lot of players who don't normally get to take the field. It's going to be a memorable night for the whole school.
Yeah. And it goes out of bounds. So you're going to have the best field position of the night for Collegiate Prep. And now to kind of go on with what I was saying, last season they benched their starters pretty early as it was a 62-0 game. And the other thing about this game is this season you have Prairieville next week, and that is week 1 of district play. And so that game matters a lot. And these two teams met for the Jamboree, and it was a game that was won by Dutchtown on the final play. And so Dutchtown knows that the Prairieville team they're going to play next week is not the same Prairieville team that they saw last year. And so they want to make sure that they're 100% healthy. You'd hate to lose a quarterback in a game like this that you have comfortably in hand probably already.
Yeah, even if the quarterback does come out, we're probably not going to see any QB runs.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be some running back, maybe some quick slants, maybe a deep pass, but we're not going to see anything that puts the quarterback in any type of position. And I know that Prairieville is playing Dutchtown next week, and Jeff, I've sensed some resentment from the Prairieville fans of how things happened during the Jamboree. So
yeah.
I think there's some revenge that Prairieville's out to get.
Right, but it's going to be a tough game. It's just going to be a fun game, and it's going to be one of our Rev games of the week next week. As you saw, 47 Rents down there with Price sacking the quarterback, and that's going to be a 5-yard sack. And so it's going to be 2nd down and 15. But Dutchtown is not taking Prairieville lightly. And so they don't want to be short a key player, and so I think they're gonna be very cautious tonight when it comes to starters.
Yeah, I agree, and I mean, I think you're going to see Coach Rossetti. He's not going to put his players in a position where they're going to get hurt.
And so we're going to take this break for the hydration break, and we're going to take it down to the field.
Hi, my name is Elise Savoie, and I'm here introducing the Dutchtown Homecoming Court of 2025.
Carmine Burnett,
Catherine Book,
Claire Campagna,
DM Alonso,
Hannah Hernandez,
Imani Stipe, Jillian Ogeron,
Chloe Carr,
Lily Petrine,
Olivia Henderson,
Olivia Sedetol,
Sophia McGee, Vivian Caton.
Welcome back. As good job by Dutchtown High School intern Elise Savoie, as you got a good look at the homecoming court. One of those girls will be crowned homecoming queen at halftime. And our score 34-0 as we are halfway through this first quarter, and it's 2nd down and 15.
I think we have a new quarterback in there.
Yeah, he's a smaller guy. Well, I don't know. The ball is on the ground again, and it's another touchdown for the Griffins. Oh, wow. This is the most unfortunate start that you may have seen. Jordan Odom gets the 6, and that's the 3rd defensive score, and it's 40-0.
Yeah, and just no ball security right there. And didn't really hit him hard. It's just didn't.
No. And the balls are bouncing right into their hands.
Yeah. It's Dutchtown's night, and Collegiate BR. I mean, at this point, their coach is just trying to keep things together.
Mm-hmm.
He's just trying to keep the team in any focus that they can have to keep them going out there and executing.
Yeah, and I don't know what to say about that. The ball bounces away right into the hands, and it's not like Dutchtown's trying to rub it in here, but like they're just getting a lot of breaks as the extra point is no good, and it's 40-0. And let's go back to another break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
And it's a very enjoyable homecoming night for Dutchtown, as Dutchtown has scored their 4th consecutive defensive or special teams touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, just the ball just bounced perfectly, like you said during the break. The ball just bounced right to the Dutchtown player, but if you're Collegiate, you have to hold on to the ball. I mean, you can't sustain that. I think that's 3 straight fumbles or 4 straight fumbles.
Well, they've all resulted from fumbles or mistakes on special teams, turnovers on special teams. Now, one was a run by Hill, on offense, but that was after a recovery of a botched kick return. But there have been 3 touchdowns on defense. One from Odom, one from Monson, and then one from Hanbury on special teams. And so right now, the defense and special teams have scored as many touchdowns as the offense.
Yeah, and I would be surprised if after the first quarter we saw the starters for either side of the ball for touchdown coming back out there, and you see Coach, that kick out of bounds right there, he's not chewing up the kicker. That's most likely him trying to, help Collegiate out a little bit, trying to get the ball just to where they can get it in play, because like we've said over and over, they're trying to break in a lot of new players, and when you're a brand new player going up against a 5A school that 2 years ago was 1 game away from the Dome, that's a little intimidating.
Yeah.
So
they have about half of their defensive starters still in the game. I see Edmonds in the game.
They got a new cornerback.
Yeah.
Number 44.
I see Braden Robichaux in the game still. So there's a couple of starters still in the game. Number 6, Omar Buckley is the quarterback now for Collegiate, and he's just going to try to keep it around the corner. But he's going to be taken down from behind, and that is number 88. And that is Jojo Deverill. And just came from behind and wrapped him up. I think that play was just too slow to develop.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to stretch it out, trying to hit one of those little zone reads on the side, but you can't stretch it out against the defense. It's faster than you.
And we have an update from Santa Ma. Santa Ma has taken the lead over Kennedy. That score 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. So good start for the Gators as they're trying to be the parish's only 5A 3-0 football team, and they're on their way.
Yeah, and I mean we're only 3 games in, but man, it looks like we're going to have a whole lot of really talented teams in the parish again.
And wrapped up by number 97, I believe, or number 87.
That was number 50 getting a touch, Michael Williams, and I think he's one of only 3 or 4 seniors on the entire roster. And chances are he's not, and their quarterback is hurt again.
Yeah, and that's Bumstead who made the tackle, and that quarterback number 6, Buckley, is now out of the game.
And they're going to be going with from what I understand, that will be their 4th string quarterback, who is going to be taking snaps because they lost their quarterback last week.
Okay. And that may be number 12, Brown, who came in. Let's see.
Is it
no,
2?
Number 2, okay. Caleb Smith, a 5'10", 140-pound junior, maybe. Or he's going to take the snap. 3rd down and a lot.
Yeah.
And the quarterback keeps it outside, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Better.
Yeah, that could have been another disaster, and it's 4th down and a mile for Collegiate Prep.
I mean, this is the stuff that when you're sitting around talking with coaches, they say, what's the worst possible situation you could have as a coach? I'm going to put you on your 4th string quarterback going up against a 5A school.
Yeah.
And what do you do at that point? Plus, you have half your offensive starters are new. I mean, at this point, he's just trying to get the team onto the field and off the field, and hopefully they're able to at least get some points tonight as we see kind of the 2nd and 3rd stringers at Dutchtown come in. They're at least able to get some points so they can have some confidence going into next week, because next week they have U-High.
Yeah. But that's going to be another tough one. And so the the punter's going to keep it, and it's going to be another red zone possession for the Griffins, as see number 20 and number 6 for Dutchtown, as that's Champ Edmonds and Mackay Hill coming in on the tackle. And so now Dutchtown has great field position again. Besides their opening drive, which they started at around midfield, just past midfield, every other possession has been in the red zone.
Yeah.
And so that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, and I mean, I think right now their punter is their leading rusher to that. I mean, it was one of those plays they drew it up, and if the edge would have been sealed, they actually had a ton of room on the side. The punter, not the fastest, but if they were able to seal those 2 guys, and you could see him after the play, is frustrated, saying, if you could have sealed that edge, I would have. And now you've got the same thing we saw earlier. There's 3 receivers at the top with only 2 players.
And one of the players jumped, and the running back loses the ball, picks it back up, maybe. No, it's still on the ground. Collegiate recovered, but there's it looked like a defensive lineman jumped, but they're not going to throw the flag, I don't believe. And so that's going to be a turnover. And that was, I believe, number 15.
I couldn't tell. It looked like he didn't have it fully secure from the handoff, and he was trying to get it tucked in, and when he did, either he ran into somebody or just the ball just moved. Let's see right here. Yeah, you could see he just didn't have the handoff fully. And Collegiate, good job recovering the ball. And
number 16 commits the turnover, and that is Adric Inman, who is a running back, one of the backups for the Griffins. And so Collegiate gets the ball. And so the fake punt does not hurt them as they get the ball back. Now, we are not in running clock yet because you have to get to 42 for that. So the 2 extra points have cost that running clock at this point. Another Dutchtown score would get it there though. And it's up in the air, and it's a turnover maybe, or did Collegiate recover?
Looks like Collegiate got back on it. Dutchtown's not celebrating.
No. And if Dutchtown would have recovered, it would probably bounce right into their hands into the end zone. But that's about the 5th time he's seen the ball squirt free. But that was the only one that was recovered by the team that turned it over. And so that's going to result in a 2-yard gain.
And I think number 12 is coming back in the game now. And I believe he was the quarterback for a few plays.
Yeah, and I think that 25, Thomas, is back in the game, but it looked like he was limping to the huddle. These guys, and you just feel bad because they only have about 20-something people in the low 20s, and so players are going to have to play hurt tonight if they're going to finish this game.
Yeah,
and the ball's on the ground again. They pick it up.
Oh, he's got the edge.
And a tackle for no gain. The ball squirts free after the tackle, and I think that we're going to call that a dead ball. And so that was number 13 wrapping up the Dolphin. That's Kai Howard, or make that Gavin Sansbury, Gavin Sansbury with the tackle. And so no gain as we're in the final minute of the first quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at their roster on the sideline, they've got a couple of guys that are in street clothes over there and just trying to put together any type of positive momentum. It's 3rd down and 2, and I mean, at this point, the way the coach is playing, it's going to be 4-down territory for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It's like we'll get a delay of game right here. Oh, they got it off.
And it's complete, and it's 4th down. Just great pursuit.
Dutchtown is just, I mean, they're playing their game. I mean, if you've watched Dutchtown play this year, I know they had the one loss to Madison Prep. That was a 7-point loss to a team that I believe Madison, aren't they in the top 15 in the state? And they're
sure.
I mean, it wasn't like they went into a place that, or brought a team in that just came in and blew them out. No, they went toe-to-toe.
As the quarter is going to come to an end, tackle made by Meyer Woodward. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Dutchtown 40 and Collegiate Prep nothing. We'll break on homecoming night. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program. Cypress Roofing, SCC Heating and Cooling, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Hollis Orthodontics.
It's 40-0 as we begin the second quarter at Dutchtown High School in Geismar, Griffin Field. Jeff Porsche, Jonathan Moore with you as we are about 12 minutes away from crowning the homecoming queen, which is the thing that a lot of people are sticking around for because Dutchtown is in firm control of this ball game right now. And it hasn't been a perfect first quarter for Dutchtown, but everything is going their way except for one fumble at the end of the first quarter. But the passes are complete, the runners are running, the blockers are blocking. Fumbles are bouncing into their hands as they walk into the end zone. It's just been one of those nights. Now on fourth down, they're going to go for it. They're going to go deep, and they're going to get the first down because you just had got mugged down there as number 13, Sansbury, on the coverage.
I think that was number 10 or 12. It was number 12 on the receiver, and that is Traylon Brown. And, they're going to get a first down out of it.
And that's their first down of the night.
And that's good. Look, that's why they always tell you, man, just throw the ball up there. Don't take a sack. Just throw the ball in the direction of your receiver when you're in that situation. The worst comes to worst, it's going to be a turnover on downs, or it's going to be a first. They're going to get a pass interference.
Yeah. Now the officials look like they're marking it at the 30 or from the 30. Let's see. The down marker is back on the 20 right now.
Did they call a penalty after the play? What?
I don't know. We know what the penalty was, I think.
What is
this?
I'm not really sure what is happening. I didn't see after the play if they called two penalties.
They may have.
But it would have
Okay,
offset.
now they're pushing it back.
So I saw the referee signal holding, but I wasn't sure if they called it, but it looks like they are. It looks like they're going to go back to fourth down and replay the down.
So there may have been some sort of offsetting situation. Maybe something happened on the sideline. That's my best guess. Because now it's fourth down and long.
There was no doubt there was definitely holding on that play to get him a chance to throw that football, but and now the ball marker's going back.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll just let them sort it out. But yeah, Dutchtown, they're playing good. They're playing very disciplined on defense. I know that he tackled the man on the player now. Now they're moving the ball back, but I know he tackled him on the sideline. But that was their first real positive play of the night. They've gotten a couple of 2- and 3-yard runs, but.
Okay, so they're going to assess it 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, apparently. And so it's still going to be fourth down and 2 after they assess the penalty. And the ball's on the ground, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. It's going to be first down and 10. And so
I think the confusion was it's only a 15-yard penalty for pass interference, and I think that it was third down. It was 4th and 16. So I think the confusion was, and this is in high school football in Louisiana, there are no automatic first downs. If you have a 15-yard penalty or personal foul, anything, they will not give you an automatic first. It is just a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened was.
That could be right. But it was fourth down and short, and then you had the bad snap and a disaster.
Yeah.
And now turnover on
And
downs.
now we have a new quarterback, don't we?
Yeah, that's double digits.
Is it
30?
10?
That's 37, or that's going to handle the snaps. That's Ethan Cook. And you're going to get the handoff. Cutting outside to the 10. Cuts back in, and it's going to be first and goal. And that is Adric Inman. He's a senior running back, and he was the one who fumbled earlier. And so he gets his shot at redemption, and he nearly gets a touchdown.
And he's carrying that ball very loose. And I think the coach might have noticed, just said.
And so first down and goal to go for the Griffins. As now we have number 21 in the backfield for Dutchtown, Jay Lovelady. And Lovelady will get the touchdown. And that'll make it 46-0 with 10:53 left to go. As you see the replay right there. Easy touchdown for the Griffins, and it's 46-0. as we go to the extra point from Oakley Rutson. Now, he's missed a couple tonight.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he can do right here.
Yeah. That's kind of been the only blemish on the offense other than that fumble was.
And he missed it again.
And it looks like the snaps are just not – they're just not timing it well between the snap and the kick is what it keeps looking like.
Shea, I think, is the holder, and there may be some miscommunication with that as we take a look at what the records are. And we talked about Santa Maria being 2-0 and trying to be the lone undefeated team from Ascension Parish in 5-5A. That score is tied right now, 7-7. Now, you see a big log jam there in the middle. Live Oak is 0-2. But Denham Springs, Dutchtown, EA, Prairieville, Walker, all 1-1. And EA, we got an update from them over on Burnside. They are playing Sam Houston out of Lake Charles, and Sam Houston leads right now 7-6 with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule right now, and I'm excited because when you look at that, there are 5 teams that are going to be fighting for the district title again this year. And this district is always just so entertaining. It's so competitive. And I'm so looking forward to, as we get into district play, to see how these teams are. Has EA taken that next step, you know? Has Walker gotten better?
Oh, that was a hard hit. As
Dutchtown with good special teams.
Plant the running back, or plant the returner right there. And not sure who that was, but he made a nice play on defense. Now, as you can see, we are now in running clock as we've hit that 42 sweet spot. And so this game will now move very quickly. I am assuming we're going to have a hydration break, and maybe that's about it, or maybe we don't. We don't know. I'm thinking that there will be.
Yeah, they run those until it's October, I believe, is when they stop them. But they
it's still super hot out there.
Especially on that turf. I mean, it doesn't look like him, you know, where you are if you're around grass. That turf just sits there all day and absorbs all the heat from the sun. And it does not cool down for the game. And I think they just broke the huddle with 14 players.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to throw a flag. They're down to 0 on the play clock, too. They're just going to let them play. It doesn't matter because this game is out of reach.
They threw a flag for a legal procedure. But I'm agreeing with you. I think they could pretty much throw a flag on every play. As we said, the coach is he's throwing players in there that some of them look like they've never had a chance to play, and that's what happens when you're throwing 8th graders, 9th graders into the game.
Yeah. And you see the coaches right there, and I'm sure he's just trying to tell Traylon Brown right there, number 12, look, just do your best.
Yeah.
Just go out there. I know what's going on. Now they have to assess the penalty, 5-yard penalty. So it's still first down. And again, homecoming night. And so we are going to have the homecoming court at halftime, and the ball's on the ground. And brought down at the 4, number 54. Tyrone Clark, a 9th grader.
Yeah, just a bad snap. The center's been snapping them low all night, but, you know, as we've said, how many snaps has he honestly gotten to go? I mean, he's working with a backup quarterback. He's had 4 quarterbacks in there. They're going to try their best. I mean, as I said, I'm at a school that has been on the receiving end of a lot of these, and it's tough.
Yeah.
It is. There's no way to sugarcoat it for your players. There's just go out there, be as tough as you can. And this is what you learn you don't want to do. Man, we don't want to see these anymore. We don't want to see 50-0, 40-0. And, you know, we look at this team scoring. I mean, they've only scored 14 points in their past 12 games.
Yeah.
And it's how do we get better as a team? How do we put things together?
It's going to be 3rd and long. And a lot of these guys are 9th graders.
Yeah.
I would say when I'm looking at the roster, at least a third to a half of the students on this football team are freshmen.
Yeah, and they've got some big guys on this team. I mean, They got 10th graders that are 300 pounds. I mean, they've got some players. They've got some size. It's just putting all of that together to be able to compete. And you know, when you're looking at the schedule, you want to look at the schedule and say, are we putting our team in the best chance to succeed by scheduling at Dutchtown?
Yeah.
I mean, or should we look at teams that are similar size to us in terms of the football team? And we have a flag to stop the play.
Yeah.
But when you know, I was listening to the West Virginia athletic director talk a few weeks ago. They just hired a new coach. Rich Rod is back in West Virginia, and one of the things he said was, we're going to schedule the out-of-conference games a little bit lighter while we're trying to build this program. Because history shows, while you're trying to build, you want to schedule teams that are going to be on your level or easier so that you can get some wins under your belt. I mean, there's nothing worse than going into conference play and having 3 or 4 losses already on your schedule. Like, you want to have at least 2 to 3 wins.
We're at the hydration break, and so in 6 minutes we're going to have the halftime show and the presentation of the court. Can we take a look at the homecoming court one more time? Because I don't know if we're going to get another chance with the running clock. Chloe Carr, Deanne Melanson, Olivia Henderson, and Vivian Caton. Carmi Burnett, Claire Campagna, Imani Stibe, Hannah Hernandez, and Catherine Book. Sophia McGee, Jillian Ogeron, Lily Vadrine, Olivia Setital, and Lexi Broussard. And again, we want to thank Elise Savoie for going down there and introducing the girls to us at the previous hydration break at the first quarter. And of course, we want to thank both of our interns from Dutchtown High School for their help here tonight, Elise Savoie and Vincent Liu. And they're doing a good job tonight, and we are grateful for them.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see the next generation coming up that's going to do the job after you, and this is a good game to get to learn.
Yeah, because you know, you can have some fun with this tonight. 3rd and long in the end zone. Safety. Yep. Who's down at the bottom of that pile? Number 46. Justin Harris. Credited for the safety. And so they got those 2 of the 3 extra points they missed back.
I was just thinking that. I was like, well, they just
great
got
minds.
Two of those points. I mean, and like we've talked about, this is where the coach, he goes to him and he just tells the line, guys, I need y'all to do the best you can. And you've already seen Dutchtown. They've basically pulled all of their starters out.
Yeah.
I mean, this and for, you know, on Dutchtown's side, this is where you tell them, don't go out there and just play, have fun, take things light. Like, this is your opportunity to actually go out and get some reps in a varsity game.
Yeah. You see Coach Guy Mastrera there talking to the officials, and, you know, they're just trying to get through the rest of this game injury-free. That's their goal here tonight, and we've talked to him. And I've talked to Guy Mastrera before, and like, he's not trying to do anything cruel here tonight. He has no intentions of doing anything to rub it in or anything tonight, but he basically said, you know, this team isn't even compared to last year's team. This team is struggling right now, and so, you know, it's unfortunate that they're put in this spot. But we'll give them also credit for coming out here and trying to make this into a competitive football game.
Yeah, I mean, they could have forfeited. They could have said, we're not coming out. We've lost too many players. They showed up. They said, we're going to compete. We're going to honor our word. And, you know, you got to give them credit for that. And Coach Estrada, he's been classy tonight. He hasn't been trying anything crazy. He hasn't done anything. He's not running play action passes. He's not doing anything other than just simply lining up, running simple runs right and left, a couple of passes here and there. But, I mean, really, what do you want them to do as a team when you're going up against someone like this? You can't tell the guys fall down after 5 yards.
Yeah. And that kind of, you know, there's debate on whether or not that's the thing to do either, because you don't want to, like, pity the other team as well. That's offsides, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, I don't.
That was so offsides.
I just, other than really egregious penalties, I don't think we're going to see much many flags thrown. This will probably be the last possession of the first half. I mean, we might. This game has gotten to the point to where Dutchtown can come out and take a knee 3 straight times, and the ball doesn't cross the 50 unless they want it to. So, but it is a good opportunity for both teams to learn. I mean, you have Dutchtown. They're going to be able to put in a lot of young players, get them some playing time on the Friday, because there really is no way to learn how to play in the Friday Night Lights until you get into it, until you get under them, until you hear the fans, until you get into the speed of the game. And this is a good team to learn with. And if you're collegiate, this is where you just want to hang on and say, guys, this is where you learn your grit. This is where you learn you do not want to be on a team that's losing by this much. So now we get to see them lining up and hopefully get a stop here.
First down, and they're going to get ahead for about 7 or 8 yards and take their time, I'm sure. Use a lot of that clock. And so 27, Brock Black is at quarterback. 148. This is a good time to get an offensive drill in, though, and kind of that hurry-up offense. So they're going to throw the fade up for grabs, and it's incomplete. Intended for number 41, Cedric Seals. You still want to see, and practice some of that, because that you want to try to get some plays in. These are some JV players, and they're going to have some important JV games to play, and so you want to get some experience in here. I mean,
and you definitely want them to, and you're getting to go up against juniors and seniors right now. Like, they're not getting to do this other than in practice. And so to get them actual game experience, there's no substitute for it.
Yeah.
This, even though this team that they're playing against is doing poorly against the Dutchtown starters, if this team was playing against JV teams, it would be a different story. When you line up seniors and juniors against freshmen and sophomores, it's a different game. That 2 years, 3 years of maturity makes a huge difference. So it's going to be good for them to learn. It's going to be a little bit more competitive as we get into the game more with only 30 seconds left.
And now you have the little, I guess we're going to call it a pass, because it did go a little bit forward to number 21, Lovelady.
Yeah, a little zone read pitch right there. And watch the quarterback. He suckers in the edge and does a little pitch and get a little 5-yard gain with 15 seconds left. Try to maybe take 1 or 2 shots to the end zone.
They're going to have to hurry. This may be the final play before halftime.
Yep. And same thing, only one receiver is covered at the top. There we go.
And looking left, now throwing down the middle. Up for grabs, incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the first half. And a great first half for the Griffins, a tough first half for the Dolphins. Our score at halftime is 48-0. We'll take a short break, and then we'll have the introduction of the court and the homecoming queen. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
REV presents the Action Minute.
Here's the Clinical Director of Action Therapy and Wellness, Haley Leindecker.
And I'm here to show you some of the services we offer to help get you out of pain and back in action.
Dry needling involves inserting thin, sterile needles into trigger points within muscles to release tension, reduce pain, and improve movement. It's highly effective for muscle tightness, chronic pain, and headaches. Joint manipulation. By applying a quick, controlled force to a joint, we can restore mobility, reduce stiffness, and relieve pain. Cupping therapy uses suction cups to increase blood flow, reduce muscle tension, and promote healing. With instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization, we apply targeted pressure to break down scar tissue and speed up recovery.
Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
Welcome back for halftime and the presentation of the homecoming court. As you see, the first member of the homecoming court waiting to be introduced, and so we will wait for the public address to begin that presentation. I think we're ready for it right now.
Homecoming court presentation. Senior maid, Carmi Burnett. Carmi is the 17-year-old daughter of Dr. Shanna Williams, Erica Williams, and Carvis Burnett Sr. She is a 4-year member of Beta Club and is the current club secretary. She's also a 4-year member of Be the Change and 1-year member of Rho Kappa, Spanish, and Student Council. She has danced with Infinity Dance Center for 4 years and has been a dancer for 15 years. She's currently a student teacher for younger dancers. Carmi enjoys spending time with family and friends, listening to music, napping, and shopping. Upon graduation, Carmi plans to attend college and major in astronomy. Carmi would like to thank the Beta Club for her nomination. Senior maid, Carmi Burnett. Senior maid, Catherine Book. Catherine is the 17-year-old daughter of Sabrina and Joseph Book. She's a 3-year member of the Be the Change Club, currently serving as senior delegate. She has been in the DUTCHTOWN Sound for 4 years, Student Council for 4 years, Spanish Club for 3 years, National Honor Society for 2 years, and Beta Club for 2 years. She's been in band for 7 years and is one of the current DUTCHTOWN Sound drum majors. She plays clarinet and has earned spots in 5 district honor bands and 1 all-state honor band. Outside of school, she enjoys traveling, playing her instrument, and hanging out with her friends. Upon graduation, she plans to attend LSU and major in civil engineering. Catherine would like to thank Be the Change Club for her nomination. Senior maid, Catherine Book. Senior maid, Claire Campagna. Claire is the 17-year-old daughter of Michael and Jessica Campagna. She's a 4-year member of the DUTCHTOWN Sound and is one of the current drum majors. She has been in Student Council for 3 years, Rho Kappa for 2 years, ASL Club for 2 years, and National Honor Society for 2 years. She is also a Sunday school teacher and part of the worship team at Healing Place Church. She enjoys playing the trumpet and doing art with DUTCHTOWN's Talented Art Program. Upon graduation, Claire plans to attend LSU and major in speech pathology. Claire would like to thank the DUTCHTOWN Sound for her nomination. Senior maid, Claire Campagna. Senior maid, Deanne Melanson. Deanne is the 17-year-old daughter of Bruce and Marion Melanson. Deanne has served on Student Council for 4 years and is currently the senior class secretary. Deanne is also a 4-year member of the DUTCHTOWN volleyball team, 3-year member of Allied Health, 2-year member of the Town Talk Committee, and Rho Kappa National Honor Society. In her free time, she enjoys reading, spending time with her brothers, and working at Ascension Christian Early Learning Center. After graduation, Deanne plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin to pursue a degree in biological sciences. Deanne would like to thank Allied Health for her nomination. Senior maid, Deanne Melanson. Senior maid, Hannah Hernandez. Hannah is the 17-year-old daughter of Jessica and Mike Hernandez. She's a 4-year member of both the cheer team and gymnastics team. She's been in Student Council and Be the Change for 4 years. Outside of school, she's a chiropractic assistant at Go Chiro in Prairieville, and she enjoys shopping and cuddling with her dogs Hazel and Homie. Upon graduation, Hannah plans to attend Southeastern Louisiana University to major in kinesiology with hopes of becoming a chiropractor. Hannah would like to thank the gymnastics team for her nomination. Senior maid, Hannah Hernandez. Senior maid, Amani Steib. Amani is the 17-year-old daughter of Shanique and Pierre Steib. She's a 4-year member of the cheer team and a current captain. She's a 4-year member of Student Council and serves as the senior class vice president. She's also a 4-year member of the gymnastics team, 3-year member of the varsity track team, and 2-year member of Allied Health. Amani was a competitive gymnast and dancer for 7 years. She ran summer track for 3 years and now spends her time as a gymnastics and tumbling coach at Athletes in Motion and LA Athletics. Amani enjoys shopping, eating out, and baking cookies with her dad. Upon graduation, Amani plans to attend the University of Louisiana at Lafayette and major in pre-medical biology with hopes of becoming a surgeon. Amani would like to thank the Dutchtown cheer team for her nomination. Senior maid, Amani Sky. Senior maid, Jillian Ogeron. Jillian is the 17-year-old daughter of Jason and Adrian Ogeron. She's a 4-year member of the color guard team and has served for 2 years as the head captain. She has also been on varsity winter guard for 4 years, allied health for 3 years, and in the ASL club for 2 years. In her free time, she enjoys watching TV shows, online shopping, and getting ready for her CTE insurance. Upon graduation, she plans to attend LSU to major in biological sciences and minor in psychology. Jillian would like to thank Color Guard for her nomination. Senior maid, Jillian Ogeron. Senior maid, Chloe Carr. Chloe is the 17-year-old daughter of Kimberly Bentham and Isaac Carr. For 4 years, she's been a member of Student Council and Be the Change. She has also been a member of the volleyball team for 3 years, Allied Health for 2 years, Rho Kappa for 2 years, and the Mentors for 2 years. Outside of school, Chloe works at her sister's gym, Posh Athletics Cheer Company, where she helps coach all the teams. In her free time, she enjoys shopping, eating out, watching movies, and spending time with her family and friends. Upon graduation, Chloe plans to attend University of Louisiana at Lafayette, where she will major in chemical engineering. Chloe would like to thank the volleyball team for her nomination. Senior maid, Chloe Carr. Senior maid, Lexi Broussard. Lexi is the 17-year-old daughter of Jason and Trisha Broussard. She has been a 4-year member of the gymnastics team, contributing to 3 state championships. She has also been a 4-year member of the Interact Club and Be the Change, 2-year member of Student Council, and is involved in the Allied Health Program. In her spare time, Lexi enjoys spending time with family and friends, shopping, taking walks, and cooking. Currently, Lexi works as a technician at Pediatric Therapy Solutions and plans to pursue a degree in health science upon graduation. She would like to thank the gymnastics team for her nomination. Senior maid, Lexi Broussard. Senior maid, Lillian Vadrine. Lily is the 17-year-old daughter of Chris Vadrine and Angel Maggard. Lily is a 4-year member of Student Council, a 3-year member of Be the Change, and a 2-year member of Interact and French Club. In her spare time, she enjoys spending time with family, shopping with her friends, going on runs, and working at HotWorks. Upon graduation, Lily plans to attend Southeastern Louisiana University to major in business, focusing on marketing and sales. Lily would like to thank Student Council for her nomination. Senior maid, Lily Vadrine. Senior maid, Olivia Henderson. Olivia is the 17-year-old daughter of Krista and Seth Henderson. She's a 4-year member of Student Council, currently serving as the senior class and student body president. She is also a 4-year member of Be the Change and Interact Club, 2-year mentor, and also in the French and Spanish clubs. Olivia has danced for 15 years, and she currently trains and competes with Evolve 26. In her free time, Olivia loves to hang out with her friends, shop, go to Pilates, travel, and play with her dogs, Marley and Pepper. Upon graduation, Olivia plans to attend LSU and study pre-dentistry. Olivia would like to thank Student Council and Be the Change for her nominations. Senior maid, Olivia Henderson. Senior maid, Olivia Sedetol. Olivia is the 16-year-old daughter of Tommy and Melissa Sedetol. She is a 4-year member of the Griffin Girls, proudly serving as their co-captain. She has also been involved in Student Council for 4 years and the Allied Health Program for 2 years. For 12 years, Olivia has been a member of Center Stage Performing Arts, participating in both competition and edge teams. In her free time, Olivia loves hanging out with her friends, traveling, shopping, getting sweet treats, and playing with her dogs, Teddy and Augie. Upon graduation, she plans to attend LSU, major in kinesiology, and then attend LSU's pre-dental program. Olivia would like to thank the Griffin girls for her nomination. Senior maid, Olivia Sedekar. Senior maid, Sophia McGee. Sophia is the 17-year-old daughter of Mary Beth and James McGee. She has been a member of the soccer team for 4 years and currently serves as team captain. As a freshman, she was a triple sport athlete, competing in basketball, soccer, and track. Sophia is also a 4-year member of Be the Change Club and a 2-year member of the Allied Health Program. Sophia has been playing competitive soccer for 13 years. In her spare time, Sophia enjoys laughing, spending time with her friends and family, and especially treasures moments with her mama Debbie, who is her biggest role model and best friend. After graduation, Sophia plans to attend a university where she can play soccer while pursuing a degree in nursing with the goal of becoming a CRNA. Sophia would like to thank the soccer team for her nomination. Senior maid, Sophia McGee. Senior maid, Vivian Caton. Vivian is the 17-year-old daughter of Stuart and Nikki Caton. She is a 4-year varsity track and field athlete and is part of DUTCHTOWN's Pro Start program. Vivian has a passion for running and has broken 3 school records in the last year in her individual track and field events. She has also attended the New Balance Nationals for track and field and is hopeful to continue this journey in college. Vivian enjoys spending time with God, going to the gym, reading, hanging out with friends, and journaling. Upon graduation, Vivian plans to attend the University of Arkansas, major in architecture, and run track for the Razorbacks. Vivian would like to thank the DUTCHTOWN track and field team for her nomination. Senior maid, Vivian Caton. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2024 homecoming queen, Alice Grove. Alice is the daughter of Keith and Lynette Grove and is the older sister of Cole and Roman Grove. Over the summer, Alice completed her final year at the Louisiana Lions Camp in Anacoco and enjoyed the Sunshine Camp at the Ark of East Ascension. Alice is also an active participant with the Team of Dreams Baseball League in Gonzales. Currently, she is exploring options for post-high school education and is starting her employment with Chick-fil-A. Throughout the year, Alice plans to volunteer with younger students with special needs. Alice would like to thank her parents and those who have supported her. At this time, Alice will assist with crowning our new 2025 DUTCHTOWN High School Homecoming Queen, Senior maid, and our homecoming queen, Carmine Burnett. Your 2025 homecoming queen, Carmine Burnett, is the 17-year-old daughter of Dr. Shanna Williams, Erica Williams, and Carlos Burnett Sr. She is a 4-year member of Beta Club and is the current club secretary. She is also a 4-year member of Be the Change Club, 1-year member of Rho Kappa Honor Society, Spanish Club, and Student Council. She has danced with Infinity Dance Center for 4 years and been a dancer for 15 years. She is currently a student teacher for younger dancers. Carmine enjoys spending time with family and friends, listening to music, napping, and shopping. Upon graduation, Carmine plans to attend college and major in astronomy. Carmine would like to thank the Beta Club for her nomination. Your 2025 homecoming queen, Carmine Burnett.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
Give us a call.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete change-out and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins!
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
And welcome back to the REV Game of the Week. We are probably a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. It's homecoming night at Dutchtown High School, and our score at the half is Dutchtown 48, Collegiate Prep nothing. If you missed the halftime presentation, we had the homecoming court, and congratulations to Dutchtown High School's 2025 homecoming queen, Miss Carmi Burnett. There she is right there. The moment that she found out that she was named homecoming queen. Now, we usually get the interviews in the second half with the homecoming queen, so we're hoping to get an interview with her. There she is right there. She's got to go through all of her stuff, but we're hoping to bring her in for the second half and have her first interview as homecoming queen. And then we also hope to have Joy Cascio up here to talk about the other activities that took place during the week. The court was brought in at 6 o'clock here, and they did a lap in their convertibles around the track, and each one of them was introduced to the crowd, and that was a big deal. As you see the people right there again: Chloe Carr, Deanne Melanson, Olivia Henderson, Vivian Caton, Carmi Burnett, the Queen, Claire Campagna, Amani Stibe, Hannah Hernandez, and Catherine Book, and Sophia McGee, Jillian Ogeron, Lily Vadrine, Lexi Broussard, and Olivia Setatal. And so those are all of the queens, or all the court, and then you have the queen, Carmi Burnett. Now we're waiting for Dutchtown to come out to the field to kick off. They're still in the end zone, so they're still waiting to come out. We can talk about some of the games that are taking place this week in District 5, 5A, because there's lots of games going on, and there's 3 that we know of, some scores. John F. Kennedy is playing Sandoval. That score is 7-7. Last we saw was in the second quarter. This one right here, you see up top. Sam Houston East Ascension. Sam Houston was leading that. Last we heard 7-6. Prairieville at Riverside. That's when REV expanded. That game was 7-6. Dutchtown, not Prairieville with the lead in the second quarter. As got Dutchtown on the brain here tonight with homecoming and everything. Got Woodlawn at Denham Springs, Live Oak at Ponchatoula, and Central at Walker. No score updates from those games. As the second half is about ready to begin, and we expect a record time tonight for this second half, as we are going to get a running clock right away. As the kicker, Rutson, will handle the duties. As the kickoff will bounce out of bounds. That's about the third or fourth time we've seen that here tonight, as the penalty will be assessed, and Collegiate will begin with good field possession. As you can see, the running clock is already in motion. Probably the best we saw from Collegiate was their opening series, as they were able to move the ball a few yards on offense, but then after that, lots of turnovers, lots of mistakes, and Dutchtown had a very successful first half, as they are able to take the 48-0 lead. I believe it was 40-0 very earlier at the beginning of the second quarter, and it's just been all Dutchtown, as they have a couple of defensive touchdowns, they have a special teams touchdown, they have a safety, and they have several offensive touchdowns. And now Collegiate is ready. And the snap, trying to get outside, won't get back to the line of scrimmage. Number 2, Caleb Smith, junior quarterback. And it's going to bring up second down and 13. So trying to get to the edge, and a good shoestring tackle right there by the Griffins, number 30, Myra Woodward. Second and 13, clock running. So Jonathan Moore back with us again. He's been doing the hard work. He was trying to get Carmi's parents on the horn, because he knows a lot about our homecoming queen, and maybe after this play you can tell me a little bit about her. As on second down, right after this snap, you're going to get quarterback keeper, and it's third down and long. So tell us a little bit about her.
So Carmi has been, her family's been a part of our church for, it's been probably 8 or 9 years now. Her mom used to do our video announcements, and was there whenever her baby was dedicated to the Lord. And Carmi She actually had heart surgery years ago, and we had the opportunity to go visit her in the hospital. She is an incredibly tough girl, just an amazing young woman, and it's exciting to see that she gets homecoming queen.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really happy that I got to be here for that moment. I did not know that was going to happen, but I'm so excited to get to celebrate her. And we had her that we've, as I said, been a member of her family, part of her family for years, and so it's been so exciting to see her grow, see the young woman she's become, and I'm really looking forward to this interview and getting to hear kind of her talk about her experience. Her mom and them are on their way up here right now.
And so 3rd down and 15, and we really appreciate you kind of making sure that we get that. As you see the horse collar tackle from behind, no flag thrown. It's going to be 4th down and probably about 5. That was close to dangerous tackling territory right there. As you see, grabbing him from behind, out of bounds, but no penalty, and it's 4th down. And I think that they're going to go for it right here because they kind of stopped with their special teams after the first punt that only went about 5 yards. So they're going to go for it. And Collegiate does not have a 1st down.
And that actually was their best run. I mean, that quarterback who's in there now, I think it's Caleb Smith, so that's their 5th quarterback, I believe. That was the quickest player we've seen with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he got about 9 on that play.
And Dutchtown's just they're taking it as easy as they can.
And he didn't get there, I don't think, as good tackle there by number 43.
Actually looked like they kind of got away with a little bit of a face mask there, but
that's Robichaux that made the tackle. Yeah, you saw that hand kind of grab toward the helmet. And they do not call it. The ball is spotted at the 42. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Griffins. And so now they'll probably just take a little bit of time here. And we may see another quarterback. Let's see, number 23.
Is that 45 is the quarterback or 30? I can't see his number because it's only on the side.
Number 23
is the running back.
DeBatas is the running back.
The 30-something.
Yeah. That's number 40. Will Rougeau. Now, you might be like, we've seen some quarterbacks that wear number 40, and you had some in the 20s and some in the 30s, and you might ask yourself, why don't you have like single-digit or like quarterbacks in the teens? Well, they might be quarterback on the JV or the freshman team, but they're not on the depth chart on the varsity, so they might be playing safety or cornerback or linebacker or something like that in the or maybe even running back.
Yeah, if you've been around high school athletics, you know that the numbers that the students want, the single digits are always the number ones to go, and then after that you're getting into the 20s and the 30s because everybody wants those skill position numbers.
Yeah.
And that's why the joke in college is there's nothing scarier than going up against a defensive lineman who wears number 5 because you know that guy used to be a skill position guy, and you're like, that means he's going to be fast and strong.
Yeah.
But they
so it's going to be a hydration break, and we're going to keep it here because I believe that we have our homecoming queen on the way, Carmi Burnett. We see her family bringing her up, and she's entering the door right now as she's saying she's been stopped a few times, and so I wonder why. It's been a big night for her. And I know Jonathan is with her right now and congratulating her, and I know that he's very happy. But unfortunately, I'm the one that gets to do the interview. So, but Jonathan, I might let you ask a question here and give you the mic here at the end, since I know this is like a big personal victory for you and your church and your friends and everything like that. But here she is, Carmi Burnett. How are you tonight?
I feel amazing. It's
Yeah?
such a great feeling. It really is.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you the question that I always ask, and I've had 1 or 2 people say, I thought I was going to win. But most people say, no, I had no idea. So I'm going to ask you, did you have any idea you were going to win tonight?
A lot of people told me that they thought I was going to win, and I was like, no, people have so many better chances than me. And everybody on court was like, no, you're our queen. You're our queen. And I was like, I don't think so.
Well, they were right.
Yeah, they were right. I should have trusted them.
And look, there you are. I don't know if you've seen yourself yet, but like, look, your mom and dad are so proud of you and everything. Everybody was happy. Look at all the other people were thrilled, and it was a big moment. And when that hit, what did you think?
Wow, people like actually voted for me. Like, this is the anxiousness of like waiting to like find out, is this already like a big feeling? And then I was like, dang, people can only vote one person. Like,
yeah,
like out of 14 people, a lot of people voted me. Like, that's so crazy. Like, it was really cool just to like be like, wow, they just said my name. It took me like 5 seconds to register, like, that's my name.
Yeah. You usually see a little delay.
Yeah, I was delayed.
They said me, right?
Yeah.
And like, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I was delayed. I was like, wait, that's my name. Wait, that's me.
That is so cool, though. Like, I appreciate how humble you are with all of this. And so, first thing I'll let you do, because this is your moment that you can thank anybody that you want to thank. So tell us who you're grateful for and who you thank for getting this award.
I'm thankful for Beta for even nominating me. I'm thankful for my class for even voting me. I'm thankful for God even to give me the chance to be on court, my parents supporting me, my family, my friends, just everybody that motivated me and put energy into me to get to this point.
So tell me about yourself a little bit, too. Tell me some of the things about you and what you do at Dutchtown and the things that kind of make you tick.
I'm a part of Beta Club. I'm the secretary of Beta Club. I'm part of Be the Change, Rho Kappa. Oh my gosh, I can't even think on the top of my head. I don't know, like I'm.
You got the dance team, right?
Dance. I did track. I did a lot of everything. I just joined Spanish club, so I'm still added to it.
Yeah. So you just got to see a touchdown. How about the performance here tonight? You got a touchdown right there, and so now the score, it's in the 50s, so it's been a good night for y'all.
Right. Yeah, I was like, yeah, look at us. We're doing good. I'm proud of us.
So what about your future? You're going to be, are you...
I want to work in NASA.
Yeah, okay.
I
was going to say astronomy major.
Yes.
That's one that you don't usually hear. People talk about they're going to be a nurse, they're going to be a doctor, they're going to be a lawyer, an astronomer. What got you interested in that?
Honestly, when I was in primary school, I just was really in love with space. Like, I don't know, it just fascinated me, not like knowing that everything wasn't a clear answer, like you had to find it out. And I like the mysterious thing, like having to like go and like find different things out and stuff like that. I really like that. Yeah. And I just stuck with it. I've never changed my major. Like, it's been the same since primary school. And it's really crazy because people change, but I never changed. I just really love it. Like, I really love it.
That's really cool. And, I'm happy because I get to ask you the questions. I get to find out about you. But I want to share this moment because Jonathan's here and he was... And I don't really know you too much because I haven't been at Dutchtown for a couple of years, but he knows you and your family really well. So he was really excited. So I'm gonna give him a chance to ask you a couple of questions.
Thank you, Jeff. Carmine, so happy for you, so proud of you.
Thank you.
I've told Jeff, I said I've known Carmine since she was a little girl.
Yes.
I got to visit her in the hospital during some of the toughest times of her life, and to see where you have come, to see where you are now, could you ever have imagined that? When I was visiting you in the hospital holding a heart pillow on your chest, that one day you were going to be the homecoming queen for Dutchtown High School.
I honestly, this is still like a dream. Like, I feel like I'm sleeping right now. Like, it's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy because I can tell people my story and you would never think like, this girl's a heart survivor. Like, she's representing Dutchtown. Like, she's a homecoming queen. But it's a great journey to like even tell people in general. And it's really just amazing thing to be able to say I survived such many things that I went through, and even having the chance to represent my own school. It's really cool.
You do have an incredible story, Carmine, and I can't wait for more people to hear about it because, going in, wanting to do something like NASA, that is not a field that many people say, this is what I Not only do you want to pursue it, but you already have an incredible story, and you're making an even more incredible one as you grow. And so what are you most looking forward to, for the rest of this year at Dutchtown?
Creating more memories, meeting more people. I mean, I know a lot of people in my class, but I feel like really like bringing that bond together. This is our last year together. We're about to graduate, just doing all the senior things, really leaving my mark on Dutchtown, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's like really my main goal because I can't go back to it. It's what it is. After this year, I can't go back, so...
That's exciting, and as I said, I'm so proud of you. You have an incredible story and testimony, and I can't wait to let more people hear it. And I can't wait to hear the people that get changed because they hear your story and they know how they can overcome things.
Well, Carmi, thank you so much for being out here, and congratulations. I'm so proud that we have a queen that's been crowned, that has a great story and is a very humble, very grounded person. Congratulations, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you go. Carmi Burnett, 2025 Dutchtown High School homecoming queen. And we're going to let her move around a little bit and head out because everybody wants a piece of the action, right? And they want to congratulate you and be, be part of the moment. And so thanks a lot for joining us here tonight. And so we'll get back to the action. Dutchtown scored again, and it's 55-0 as we head to the final minute of the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Dolphins as we go to the replay right there. And you can see, I believe they got a new center, and he's having a little trouble with the snap, and then brought down by number 45, Price. So what could be the final play of the third quarter, we'll probably just keep it here and run the clock out here tonight because we got a lot of ground we need to cover because of the running time. We haven't even talked about what games we're going to cover next week. We didn't even talk about the middle schools, and we didn't talk about Dutchtown's schedule. So we're going to keep it here for a lot of the second half. And Jonathan will be joining me again. Again, he is so happy right now because Carmi was named homecoming queen. And it's going to be 4th down. And I was wondering if you were going to go walk around with her because, you were so thrilled right now. And she's such a humble girl.
She is. I've known her for most of her life, and I met her really during the hardest point of her life.
Yeah.
When she was going through the procedures like she talked about. Mm-hmm. And I can remember visiting her in the hospital, and she wasn't even strong enough to hold a cup of water almost. And to see where she's from, you would never know the adversity she's gone through in her life. And to see where she's at now, because of that humility, because of that, just the spirit she has in her, it really is amazing. And so I could not be more proud of her right now.
That's awesome. So thank you for being out there with us. We're going to start getting into some of the things that we need to talk about because we're so behind because of everything and the running clock. Next week, I'll be at Santa Ma because I get the privilege of doing most of the homecomings since I've kind of been the veteran out here the longest, with Lyle helping me out back in the studio back home. As I'll be at Scotlandville at Santa Ma. I'd love to be at Prairieville Dutchtown because those are the two schools that I've been at for the last 17 years, but I'm needed elsewhere. And so I'm sure they'll give me the updates. Prairieville at Dutchtown, that's going to be a big game next week, and I'll be keeping track of that. Then you got EA that's going to get a home game again as they take on Denham Springs for their district opener, and Live Oak against Walker. Now, every week you got one team that's off because you got an odd number of teams, and so this week it is Santa Ma that has the off week, and that's why they're doing their homecoming, as they're going to start a week late. Their first game will be against Dutchtown in 2 weeks.
Well, I hope you all have fun next week. I'll be with you the week after with the Live Oak EA game, and that's going to be another fun homecoming game.
Yep, you and I kind of moved on to the homecoming, although I think next week I'm going to be with SWAC and Jolie because you got to have the Santa Ma crew out there.
I mean, you can't go wrong spending time with SWAC. I mean, if there was I've only ever got to call one game with him.
Yep.
And it was an incredible game. It was Dutchtown versus Prairieville in basketball. It literally came down to the last shot. And B, there's just nobody like SWAC.
Yep.
There's no one like SWAC. We love him. So happy. I'm glad he's feeling better. Such a good guy.
And, this is going to be my first game with SWAC, as I've had a couple of games with you. I've had a game with Patrick, and I always love getting out there with SWAC. Oh, Jeff, how you doing there, man? How you doing, brother? Love to have him out there. As SWAC, there ain't nobody like him.
No.
And I love doing games with him, so I'm going to get that privilege. And Jolie's not bad either, although that's more of a soccer experience. But she's usually out there in the field talking to the court and everything, and sometimes she gets to interview the queen, and that's always a lot of fun. Because she probably knows him pretty well since she's on the faculty down there. And you see right there, got the quarterback, and again, one of those 30s.
Yeah. the first thing Swack told me when I met him was he looked at me and said, finally, somebody I can see eye to eye with, because he's 6'5", I'm 6'5",
That's not funny.
and I
That's
laughed.
not funny.
I laughed at Swack, and I was like, oh, man, why you got to do that?
Yep. Now, you just saw Ethan Odom. He's a pretty tall guy, too, but I don't like I'm moving away from those tall people things. And Dutchtown cruising. Now, last year they won 62-0. They are a touchdown and an extra point from making it 62-0 again. That would be quite the feat, because if you can beat a team 62-0 twice in a row, what are the odds of that? I mean, I can understand maybe like a 14-7 game or something like that, but when you get to like a number like 62, that's like just crazy.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, because you really don't get to that number without missing a certain amount of extra points or getting a safety.
Yeah.
And they've almost done the exact same thing. And I mean, to give Collegiate credit, they've come out this half. They're tackling a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they're going up this, well, we said they're going to be going up against a more level skill set than them.
Yeah.
And so it's been a little bit more competitive this half for them, at least.
This is either the 5th or the 6th quarterback to enter the game. And you're going to get a flag for interference right here as they're trying to get the pass to number 41, Cedric Seals. As you see the clock continuing to run. And I think this penalty will be assessed against Collegiate Prep.
Yeah, just too much contact. Yeah, pass interference, but just too much contact right there on the route. And, like you said earlier, Dutchtown is very much, they're not trying to run a high-powered offense, but they are trying to get some concepts into these kids. Yeah. Get some experience throwing the ball, get some experience running a 2-minute drill, and let them kind of learn that. And it's not run 5 yards and fall down. It's, hey, you guys are freshmen. Learn how to play this game, because you're going to be doing it in the next 2 years against other seniors and juniors.
Right. So now 1st and goal. And there's a handoff. And that is Damon Scott.
Brought down by Trenton Cheney right there. And as I said, they've done a much better job of tackling in this half. And Dutchtown's looking good. I mean, really, this district it's going to have some tough teams in it this year. I don't know if Dutchtown is a dome team, but they are really good. Yeah,
they're improving. They had a tough time against Madison Prep, but they have gotten a lot better over the last couple of weeks, and it's going to be a handful for Prairieville over here at Griffin Field next week.
And that's another team, Prairieville. Just to see the step that they've obviously taken in year 2 has been really nice.
Oh, look at that. Stood up. Trying to get around the corner and taken down by a couple of Collegiate Prep Dolphins.
That was a big hit right there. That was kind of a picture-perfect tackle. Got low and
form tackle right there.
Just if you're looking for highlights for this game, the recovery of a fumble and that is the two things you show them and say there were good things that happened in this bad game.
Yep. And so now it's 2nd down from the 5. And the handoff, it's going to be 3rd down. And so Collegiate does not quit.
They're not, and it's good. And you're seeing a good job. And they have a few players that are, they've lost a couple of guys to injury in that first half. But they still have players standing by the coach. They still have guys that are wanting to go in the game, that are wanting to listen. I mean, there's not a lot of energy, but kudos to them for not giving up on this, because they could have checked out a long time ago.
Absolutely. And so I believe that's still Scott in the backfield. No, that's number 30, excuse me. And is he in? He's in. So touchdown for number 30. That's Meyer Woodward. I believe he's been had some two-way action here tonight, as now it's 61-0, and now this extra point is very critical, because now you can match last season's score.
And this might be the last score of the game.
Yeah, Dutchtown maybe will get the ball back one more time, I'm guessing. But this is something they need to work on. They need to work on their extra points because you've had 3 that have missed, and they've not been close. So we do have a hydration break.
Okay.
And so while we're doing that, we were talking about SWAC a moment ago. Let's go to the SWACer Middle School scoreboard if we can, because that's his favorite part of the game. And so you got Central with the 8-0 win over Lowry. Galvez beats Bluff 28-6. Lake with a big win over Prairieville, 21-0. Dutchtown with the win in 2 overtimes beats Santa Monica 14-12, and Gonzales Middle gets the bye. And so I won't be able to do the middle school scores for a couple of weeks because old SWAC's going to probably take care of that because he's going to jump in. Oh, I love those middle schools there, Jeff. Love those middle schools. Got great competition down there. I love listening to SWAC talk about the middle schools. So hopefully I did him justice here tonight.
We'll know later if we get a text message from him. Yep. I don't sound like that.
Yeah, he knows he does.
Yeah, we do have a lot of good up-and-coming players from our middle school, and it's exciting to see where our parish is going. I mean, we have 4 of the largest public schools in the state in our parish, and it really is, as we continue to grow, at what point are we going to get enough of those athletes that we can't have a team go to the Dome?
Yep. And so it's 62-0, and Dutchtown increases their lead. Since we got an opportunity right here, let's go to the top 10 for week 3. As you see right there, Carr, number 1. They had that big win in the Superdome last week. Catholic High, always good. Ruston, always good in the Dome last year. Neville, 2-0. Central, defending non-select state champs, 2-0. St. Aug, 2-0. Ash, John Curtis, Destrehan, and Zachary, the usual suspects, round out the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, and when you look at this list, I don't think anybody's surprised. I think it does show you how good a team like Destrehan is at 1-1 to still be in the top 10.
Yep.
But when those 10 teams, that is tough. The playoffs, Louisiana playoffs are always enjoyable, but this year the playoffs are going to be pretty awesome to watch.
Yep. Still having trouble with those kickoffs. I think they're trying to do that little pooch. Yeah. And I'm going to talk to Guy on Sunday because I do the coaches show for Sports Scene Live. And if I say, I'm going to probably ask him the question, is there anything that you're dissatisfied with? I'm thinking it'll probably be the kicking game. I can't think of anything else that would have really disappointed him here tonight.
Definitely the point after attempts. I mean, if you're looking at him, you can ask me 3 points, costing your team 3 points that are gimme points. That is unacceptable because how many games are 1-point games? How many games are 2-point games? And on the kickoffs, it might be him trying some new things because we're going up against a team like Collegiate. It could be him trying to help out because he doesn't want to have a turnover every single time he kicks the ball.
Yeah, this is a new guy. 97. Ari Latage.
I think that was the first clean catch that we had from Collegiate.
And a good return, really good return. Number 4, Trenton Cheney, senior. So we're 4.5 minutes away. As you see, a good return there by Cheney. And you talk about the extra points. You play in Prairieville next week and you're playing Santa Monica in 2 weeks. And if you miss an extra point, that could be the difference between that's not the difference between a 62-0 game and a 63-0 game. That could be a game you could lose 21-20.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Jeff, you have sold me on Prairieville. I'm thinking it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
I am just sitting here listening. You sold me on them. I think they're gonna come out and play Dutchtown a lot tougher than Dutchtown probably thinks they will.
No, I think Dutchtown knows from the Jamboree that it's going to be a good game. I think that Dutchtown has improved a lot over the last few weeks. Of course, Prairieville has too, but I think you're going to see a different Dutchtown team when they play, and I think Prairieville is going to have their hands full because one thing I'm worried about with Prairieville would be that they're like, oh, we should have beat them. That the final catch, the final play was out of bounds, and so we really won that game. But Dutchtown remembers that too, and they know that Prairieville's talking about it, and so you don't want to get overconfident either, and so I think that Dutchtown is going to be a much different Dutchtown team than Prairieville saw in the Jamboree. Now Prairieville's going to be a lot better too, and they got some confidence when they beat Parkview. But I still think that Dutchtown is the favorite in a game like that because Prairieville is still young and they don't have as many seniors as Dutchtown had. Although Dutchtown lost a lot of seniors last year too, but they also had a full class of about 1 million seniors to come in and replace them, and Prairieville only had about 15 or 20 as you're going to have a timeout called right now. But let's look at Dutchtown's schedule. Now that we have 2:42 left to go, and talk about they go into district play. This is their last non-district game because there's actually one more. If you look on 10-10, they still have one spot where you usually schedule a non-district game, but Coach Mastretta prefers the open date, and it's been successful for him, so I'm not going to question it. Although a lot of teams will be like, well, why don't you just schedule another win or schedule a game against a game opponent that you might meet in the playoffs? He likes to get that team back healthy, and I think that's kind of his attitude towards that. So after Prairieville and Santa Ma, then you get Denham Springs, and you want a week off before you play Denham Springs because Denham Springs is a good team. And Walker, and 2 weeks later, they beat them twice last year. Walker beat Dutchtown twice. EA, much better team. Live Oak, we don't know. Live Oak is probably not they're probably the weak link, along with probably Prairieville in the district. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful kind of way, but it's just that there's a bunch of strong teams. You know Santa Ma is good. We've heard that, and from what we've seen, that Denham Springs is going to be really good as well. Dutchtown is always good.
Walker's got a couple of studs on offense. I mean, they've that running back, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He returned from last year, and he's just a stud. I mean, we saw the guy play, and play after play. It was just like, wow, this kid is. I mean, I was at the Walker Santa Ma game last year. I was at the Walker EA game. Those are some tough games, and then they have some very talented players. Same thing with Denham. They returned a lot of talent, and are going to be tough. And in this district, you're right. I mean, the two teams that are weaker are a Prairieville and a Live Oak. But in another district, those two teams might be able to flourish. It's just you just happen to be in a district with 5 really tough teams that have a lot of history behind them and have a lot of athletes in them. And I really want to see some positive steps from schools like EA, schools like Prairieville that have second-year coaches. And just talking with some of the coaches, I think you will. Yeah.
You might hear in the background the band playing, and that's not the band kind of firing everybody up because it's late here and we're in the final minute of the game. The Dutchtown Sound is going to do their performance after the game, and so they are preparing because obviously homecoming, the presentation of the court and the crowning of the queen takes priority. And so we got a cramp injury out there. But over on the right side of the field, as you see the games of the week coming up, the Dutchtown Sound is warming up. But next week you got Prairieville at Dutchtown. I'll be at Santa Ma for Scotlandville and Santa Ma. In 2 weeks you're going to have Dutchtown at Santa Ma. That's going to be one of the big games of the season that everybody's looking forward to. And then you got homecoming over at EA, Live Oak versus East Ascension. And then you got Ponchatoula and St. James. That's homecoming night for the Wildcats, as it's on REV, Game of the Week Expanded, and you got to subscribe to VSN in order to get that game. And so there you see the Dutchtown Sound. Are we going to be out there for that part of the broadcast afterwards? So we are going to stay here, and we're going to go to the Dutchtown Sound after the game is over. So we may take a break or we may not, depending on what's going on. But I have been assured by our director, Andre Chapoy, that we will present the Dutchtown Sounds show. And they're led this year by Daniel Modenbach. And he is doing a great job with Dutchtown Sound, as they are always one of the top bands in Ascension Parish. And now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and this will probably end up being the last play of the game.
It could be, or I think they maybe Dutchtown can take a knee after this, but I don't think that much is going to happen. I think they're satisfied. I think they got a little symmetry here with the 62-0.
Yeah, I think they're pretty primed and ready for Prairieville next week.
Yeah, Prairieville is gonna get a tough game. I would say, just based on history, Dutchtown is the favorite.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But it's gonna be better than last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Prairieville was impressive in that Parkview. I know Parkview is having a little bit of a down year, but it's still Parkview, and they went out and played them not only tough, they beat them, but it was not. Prairieville was not. They weren't a pushover.
No.
And even last year when you watched it, especially towards the end of the season, they got better as the year went on. They were not pushovers. It was not just, we're going to go in here and hang 60 on you and we're going to, name the score and be done by halftime. But now you look and see where the schedule's going and where they're going to be. I mean, can Prairieville manage to squeeze away 3-4 wins this year and double your win total, triple your win total from last year?
And you called it, Jonathan. They're not going to run another play. They don't have to. The play clock is not going to run out. And so we're going to end our game part of the broadcast in a moment. As you see, both sides getting ready to shake hands. So for the second year in a row on homecoming night at Griffin Field, it's Dutchtown versus Collegiate Prep, and the final score for the second year in a row is Dutchtown 62, Collegiate Prep 0. And so we're going to break right now. Oh, actually, we'll just keep it here. Okay, so that's a good idea, because I think the sound is going to come out very quickly and try to get their show out the way. But they have Showcase coming up in a month or so, so they got to get theirs. They got to get themselves ready for that, and so it's going to be the Dutchtown Sound coming out in just a moment. So tell me your impressions of tonight's game here.
I mean, really, with the starters, we only got to see them for about a quarter, but I mean, they executed well. Dutchtown's team, they executed well, but the thing was, they took advantage of every opportunity. They took advantage of every turnover. They played it well, and even though it was against a team that was just not as talented, not as skilled as them, nobody took it lightly. They all went out there. They played their hardest. I mean, the score, I think they scored 40 points in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty unbelievable. But even the players coming in, the young players, this team isn't just good now, but they've got some young players coming up, freshmen. Man, they're set up for a good run. I've seen some of the younger players at other schools, and Dutchtown's got some guys that are going to be able to do some things, and you got to wonder, is this the team? Is this one of the next 4 years going to be one of those Dutchtown teams that makes a run at the Dome? And, EA is still trying to rebuild, their second-year coach. How much longer is it going to take him, 3 or 4 years, to really get things under? Coach O at Santa Maula has always got Santa Maula rolling. And then, where's Denham going? Denham is, the coach is I think he's in his 5th or 6th year. Where are they as a program? And is Dutchtown in a place where they can win district? They've got that bye game to try and get everybody healthy. I mean, I was impressed with them tonight. I do think next week's game, though, is going to be a lot tougher. And you got to wonder, winning 6-2-0, are you going to go into next week's game with a lot of confidence, knowing, man, we're going to do well, or overconfidence? We blew out this last team. Prairieville's going to be in the same boat.
And I think that one of the things that they're happiest about here tonight is that they came out healthy. I didn't see any injuries. Nobody was taken off the field, and so they should be at least at the same strength that they were going into tonight. And so that's a definite positive. Trying to get some updates on some scores. I do have a Prairieville Riverside score from the third quarter. Riverside leads Prairieville by a score of 23-7. And so Prairieville's got some work to do if they want to get their second win of the season. They are the opponent next week. Let's see. I had a score there and I lost it. Hold on a moment, please.
Yeah, there are a lot of games going on right now.
As I had the, let's see, I had the EA score for a moment, but then I lost it as we get ready. But you can see the band getting ready as the color guard is out there getting ready, and now the band is entering from the right side. You're going to see them in about 2 seconds.
And if we could, is it possible to put Dutchtown's upcoming schedule back up on the screen? So just looking at Dutchtown's upcoming schedule. So, when we look at it, you've got Prairieville. It's going to be a tough game, but they've already got one loss, and they're about to get into the teeth of the schedule that's going to be the hardest. EA is always a tough game. Them and Santa Maula, they've been rivals now since Dutchtown was founded. Denham Springs and Walker, like you said, Walker beat them twice last year. So, if you're Dutchtown, you almost want to keep that open date because 4 out of the next 5 games with that open date in there are going to be tough. So you're hoping to at least win 3 of the 4. But, like you said, you can't go to sleep on Prairieville. They're coming in. The Prairieville is right now, they're riding the high. They beat Parkview. They're in a tough game right now. They're going to be coming into that next week's game wanting to be competitive.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to watch that one and see where things go. Then they're at Santa Maula. Look, you can't talk with any team in the state that tells you it's easy to go in the pit and win.
Nope.
So, and then at Denham, that's a tough little 3 out of 4 week schedule coming up for Dutchtown.
I got a couple of updates thanks to Lyle Boudreaux back home. Santa Maula leads John F. Kennedy 14-6 late in the third, and Sam Houston leads East Ascension 14-12 in the fourth quarter. And like I said, Riverside has the lead on Prairieville 23-7 in the third quarter. And so that's kind of where we stand as we get ready to have our show from the Dutchtown Sound. And one thing that we neglected to say for about 15 minutes or so, and we can say it again while we wait, congratulations to the homecoming queen here tonight, as you were very excited about that. And so we have Carmi Burnett, and we had a great interview with her, and Jonathan got to spend some time with her as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited for them and just all the students. Talk about a memorable homecoming. You win the game 62-0. She was named the homecoming queen. They really, that's just a great time. Really it is. And I'm really excited for her in the future. And just talking with her, just what an incredible young woman. She wants to work for NASA.
Yeah.
Like we always hear, whenever you were a kid, you always heard people, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a policeman, I want to be a fireman. But it's very rare that you get a kid who, when they turn 17, 18, they actually go pursue that. The fact that she is going to work for the National Aeronautics Space Administration is phenomenal. And then I hope she gets in. And not only that, I think she's going to make people's day better wherever she goes. Just being around her for all the years that I have, I've never been around her and felt down. She just always... She's one of those people that brings joy. She lifts up things where she's at. So, and her mom is a wonderful person, Miss Shannon. She's very high capacity, a great leader in her own right, has a heart for Ascension Parish and the community, has a heart for young women. So she comes from an incredible stock of people that care. And so it's going to be exciting to see what life has for her and just the whole homecoming court. All of those students got nominated not because there was, they got nominated because there were wonderful things about them, and the future looks really bright for Ascension Parish.
And I want to bring up one thing that I see. If you look on the other side, Collegiate Prep is still out there, and they're going to watch the Dutchtown Sound. Not the football team there in the locker room, but you see the band on the other side. So that's a good sign of respect out there. And now we'll go to the public address.
The Dutchtown Sound is under the direction of band directors Daniel Motenbach and Connor McElwee-Smith. Percussion director is Jonathan Boswell, and color guard director is Connor McElwee-Smith. Additional field staff for the Dutchtown Sound are Joel Ballinger, Emily Melanson, Will Melanson, Will Kimple, Aiden Hernandez, Jordan Uri, and Justin Boudreau. The touchdown sound is under the field direction of drum majors Catherine Book, Claire Campagna, and Thomas Abed. We open tonight's performance by presenting our 2025 competition show entitled The Contraption. Next, we feature our Griffin Girls as they perform to the Beyonce classic, Crazy in Love. Ladies and gentlemen, the DUTCHTOWN Sound and Griffin Girls. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's performance. Color Guard captains are Jillian Orgeron, Jillian Jones, Lindsay Riggs, Haley Smith, Sydney Hurt, and Rainey Knockham. Griffin Girl sponsor is Colby Landry, and assistant coach Shaylin Riley. Griffin Girl leaders are Captain London Locke and co-captains Olivia Sedathal and London Geisler.